The Hearts roller coaster has taken another serious turn for the worse with the grim financial news coming out of Tynecastle. Let's see how it went for them on the pitch in Inverness yesterday.
Come out wide onto David Raven. Raven inside onto Doran. Crisp passing from Cally Thistle, and it goes. Richie Foran was the target, and Jamie McDonald cleared the ball nicely. Good cross in, and the goalkeeper favourite to get there. Tough week for John McGlynn. Tough start to the match too. Here's Andrew Shinnie. Shinnie against Toole. Doran goes on the outside. Shinnie continues. Tries to work the 1-2, looking for the shooting chance. Blocked by Darren Barr. Oh, and Tudor Jones picks up. He's going for the strike! And that's a terrific goal. It's his first for Cally Thistle, and it's right out of the top drawer. Andrew Shinnie had nowhere to go, turned it back. Control with a hammer of a shot from Owen Tudor Jones. Lovely touch by Shinnie, and it's the kind of goal that gets better with every viewing. Flip forward, good play again. Here's Aaron Doran. Doran coming through the middle up against Toole. Toole tries to get there. Breaks for Billy Mackay. Toole had to be careful there. So too did Ryan McGowan. Ball gets pulled back onto Richie Foran. And saved by Jamie McDonald. That's another good save from the Hearts goalkeeper. Also to be careful here not to concede a penalty. And Foran opened up his foot well. Driver. Battling midfield. Doran. Doran's got Shinnie outside him. Shinnie's inside his man's chance for two. Driven against the goalkeeper. Up against Webster. Pull back. Tudor Jones. Oh, Zaliukas has failed there. Looked uncomfortable for a second, but he's back on his feet. Onside was Andrew Shinnie. Cracked it in. Good stop again from Jamie McDonald. Terry Butcher wants more from his team now. Phillips ran into trouble. Dylan McGowan on to Andrew Driver, the two subs combining. The cut back, the shot from Stevenson, pushed away. Back into Ryan Stevenson, that's away from Josh Meekings. He flung his body across. And Willie Collum in very good position. See, that came off his back. The long throw as time ticks away. Patterson goes up, he's taken down. Penalty. Owen Tudor Jones, the man who scored for Cally Thistle, has conceded a spot kick. He's a little unlucky here in the challenge. He was after the ball, but he nicked the man. Well, Ryan Stevenson was going to take it. It's now with the captain, Marius Zaliukas. 1-1. And after a rotten week for Hearts, Marius Zaliukas has rescued a point. Calmly taken penalty by the captain.
I don't know if you're allowed to say nice things about the local rivals, but Inverness 10 matches unbeaten despite that late equaliser.
Fantastic run they're on. It's a credit to them. I think they've had a good amount of players coming in over the summer. A lot of players leaving as well. So it's a credit to them that they've been on this run and they've continued it for so long. The
rivalry is great. You mentioned the derby earlier, and of course there's one coming up in the Scottish Cup soon, which is live on the BBC, which should be great.
Yeah, it'll be a fantastic game. The derby a few weeks ago was a great game to play in, great atmosphere, and hopefully we can make it a great atmosphere at our place.
I feel as if I'm listing the entire Scotland squad tonight for the game in Luxembourg, but Andrew Shinnie is another player. Lots of call-offs, and Andrew Shinnie's been drafted in. It would be amazing for Inverness, a milestone for them if they'd a player picked for Scotland.
Yeah, I don't think they've had a Scotland cap yet, so he fully deserves it. His form in the SPL has been exceptional over the last few months especially, so he's in there on merit, and if he can get a cap it would be a great thing for Inverness, for the club and for the town as a whole.
A Welshman made his mark on the game, Owen Tudor Jones conceding the penalty and also scoring a belter of a goal here.
It's an absolute cracker. You know, he takes a great first touch out his body, sets himself and just laces it, puts his foot right through the ball, and when you see it from behind, the amount that the ball moves, you know, the keeper's not got a chance of saving that.
And he was caught out really for the penalty. I mean, he was just trying to lump this down the pitch, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think you can say it's a definite penalty. There's not a single protest for any of the Inverness players round about the ball. I think they've all accepted that it is a penalty. He doesn't get the ball. he doesn't even see the player coming, and he's just going to clear the danger, and it is a penalty, and Hearts possibly deserved it for their second half, showing that they were a little bit better second half, and they really kept Inverness in their own half and probably deserved a point.
The late equaliser is the only shred of good news at the moment for Hearts. How do you feel about what's happening to your old team at the moment, the financial problems they're facing?
Yeah, it's a horrible situation at the moment. It's like £450,000 need to raise by end of business on Thursday. A further 1.5 before the 19th of December. It's an awful lot of money in a short space of time to have to try and find from nowhere, really. And the fans, and I know the fans will stand up, be counted now. They're a good bunch of fans, and they will get together, and I'm sure they'll do their very best to try and keep Hearts going.
A pair of your old goalie gloves were auctioned for a few £100 in an Edinburgh pub today, but is it fair that it comes down to the Hearts fans to try to save their club when what's gone wrong must come down to mismanagement? Yeah,
it's not fair, but there's really no other choice at this moment in time. They've had to put their hands in their pockets again. Everybody loves going to Tynecastle. They love the atmosphere. They love the football there, and for that to be missing from Scottish football would be a real shame. So the fans will come good. It is disappointing that it's had to come to this, but there's no other choice. And for people that love Hearts, they will come out and they will try and do their best to keep the club that they love.
There was great excitement, of course, when Vladimir Romanov first took over, and you think back to those heady days in 2005 when Hearts were at the top of the league, looking as if they were on the way to the title. You think back then, and then you think to where it's gone now. Has Romanov just lost interest in Hearts?
I don't know. He hasn't been seen for many months now. I think he was at the Liverpool game away from home, but he's not been seen much at Hearts over the last little while, and I don't know if that's the case or not. But looking back at that table, and you look at the top 4 teams actually that's in that, they had really good teams at that stage, and it's maybe what's happened to football all over Scotland, and not just Scotland, but the financial restrictions that have been put in place in all the clubs now is putting paid to some clubs. We've already had it with Rangers, and hopefully we don't have too many more.
It's sad stuff. Let's look at the top teams now. The Clydesdale Bank Premier League. New leaders. Hibs are 2 points ahead of Celtic. Aberdeen third on 21. Inverness St Johnstone on 19. Kilmarnock complete the top 6. And things looking a little bit better for Dundee at the bottom. I did wonder if it was written in the script that Rudy Scatchell would come off the bench and get something out of this game for Dundee United. And he was pretty close and wrongly flagged off.
Yeah, and when we see it again, he is onside. I'm going to stick up for the officials again. That's a difficult one when 2 players are going in the opposite direction like that. When the ball arrives, it looks almost certain that he's offside, but when you freeze it there, he is level and can think himself very unfortunate not to get another goal at Easter Road.
The Hibs fans weren't too pleased to see him. You'll not be surprised to know that lots of booing for him. And when he came on, he was involved in, well, a bit of everything, really.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a bit of quality about him, and he always seems to be in the right place at the right time to get on the end of things. I mean, there's this ball drop in here. That is a tremendous piece of skill to get that anywhere near the goal.
Great technique. Great technique.
And here again, he's just staying out of the box and manages to get the ball laid off. And actually, you fancy him to normally hit a target from there. He is really good once it drops on the left foot. Obviously, not the most favoured person around Easter Road, and a few of the Hibs lads there can obviously have quite bad memories from last season from him. So they're giving him a bit of stick there for getting their own back on him with a win.
Yeah, I don't think those numbers on his back went down too well.